we're with Steve. We just did some postseason scouting on a big buck that he's been hunting, and we come to a different place. You can obviously tell that it just recently was logged, and we're up on top of a mountain ridge, and we're just going to come across the side. Hopefully might be some sheds in here, and we're pretty deep in, aren't we?
We're probably a mile back in.
Yep. So this is all public land, and see what we can find.
Yeah, if you want to walk that trail a little ways, I'll get on the other side of this ravine.
So we're just checking. This is the type of area that we're at. You can just see big sweeping hollow, very open, but you can definitely see deer trail. They just got this snow the other day. Now nothing real fresh on the tracks going up there, but right on top they logged, so some of the deer are nipping some of the tops for browse. But we're going to come down around here and kind of split up and see if we can find a shed. All right, Steve just hollered. Got a shed. We've only been walking about 150 yards. Where's he at? He's way over there, and we're gonna go over and look at it. All right, I made it over here. And look, you got
that's
right next to a scrape.
You should see there's another big scrape there. I was just checking this scrape out, and then you can see it. Really
just coming. You can see there's not really much of a trail, but just right here, there's a little bit of a divot. We got a couple scrapes that are hit hard.
No giant, but that's
deer.
So we'll take it. That's what we were out here. Actually, I'd say it is this year, but probably a real early drop.
Yeah,
definitely starting to.
It's got a little bit of brown.
Yeah, I would say maybe like a December drop, but
yeah,
that's what we're out here doing. That's what we're looking for. Hopefully we can find a few more.
Hold that one up a little more.
Nice, probably 2.5-year-old 8-point, I bet.
Yeah, awesome.
So.
Well, I was walking through here just admiring the many buck rubs that are down in this brush coming across this. You can see how all of a sudden it got real thick and I started slowing down, and it wasn't watching where I was going, and I almost stepped right on this big giant coyote. He's probably been dead for a while, being up on this mountain. His nose is all rotted off, but boy, that's a big bodied coyote. I mean, he's definitely 40 plus pounds for sure, no doubt. Big body. Steve's coming up, check it out. All right, so we're gonna talk about scrapes as we're doing some shed hunting here. And so tell us about how not every scrape may have the same importance.
Right, so the situation we're having in this area is it's a oak dominant forest. There's probably 80% of the trees are oak trees, plus we're down low away from bedding. And you might come here like this year and you'll scout and you'll see all the sign, the scrapes, rubs everywhere. Well, you got to be careful because you can't count on this food source being productive next year. That's the thing about public land and big woods, is you kind of base your hunting off what nature provides that year. Rather, if you're maybe a private landowner, you got your food plots and different ways to hold deer. Well, in these areas, you got to really pay attention. Okay, I'm seeing scrapes everywhere. Well, you need to ask yourself why. And the reason why there's so much sign down in here is because these oaks produce a ton of acorns.
Yeah, there's a big oak tree right behind you.
Exactly. So yeah, I just think that's really important that when you're scouting, pay attention to why the sign might be there, and you may not be able to count on that sign in those areas being good every year.
So what are some tips that you can give guys that are wanting to look for sheds on public land and in the mountainous remote regions, let's say in Pennsylvania? What tips can you give people for shed hunting?
Sure. One thing that really worked out well for me this year was I ran a lot of cameras well after hunting season. I think a lot of people pull their cameras maybe even before gun season. Well, I kept a lot of cameras out, and that let me find a lot more sheds, just keeping an eye on bucks, bucks being in the area, and then getting pictures of bucks showing no antlers. That helped a lot. And then other than that, I focused a lot on food sources. South slopes that had a good acorn crop are really good. I found a lot of them where there's good browsing, like waist level understory of like briars and young growth trees. Those were really good spots this year. We didn't really have that bad of a winter, but during a real bad winter, the hemlocks are really good places as well. But I mean, in the big woods, it's, in my opinion, really challenging. I have stretches where it seems like it's impossible to find any, and then there's times when it's like, this is easy. So it's a big challenge, but it's so much fun in these big woods because there's even deer that you don't know about. You can get way back in places and you realize, holy cow, look what's living here. So
Yeah.
I love shed hunting the big woods. It's really challenging.
So he's got some sheds here. These are all found from this year.
Yep.
Look at that.
And I have found a lot more than what's here. These are just some that I had at my house. This is just a really old matching set here. I can't honestly remember for sure if I have any history with this deer, but what's amazing is I'm going to say they're probably 3 or 4 years old and they're hardly chewed up at all.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They were only laying about 10 feet apart. So that's one of my nicer matching sets this year. This one here I'm starting to believe is a matching set. I think I finally found the match to this one. Might as well turn these around. But and that's just a really cool looking buck there.
Yeah, those, you were saying, he was telling me about how you found these in like different areas. At first you thought they probably weren't from the same, but the closer the way you're holding them up right there, and
they look
you know,
like
they're so close on the bases, they look almost identical. With the rub there too. Same, close to the same size. I mean, it's
so
it's very possible.
Especially when you find a match, it's always a lot more rewarding that way. And this, my son and I found this one. This was just a nice mature 8-pointer here, long beamed buck.
Did you measure the beam on that? The thing is,
that was like 24 inches. Yep. No, it's just a really, and I had a lot of pictures of that buck this year. It was just, he dropped probably like, at least a mile from where I was hunting them or getting pictures. So just goes to show they do range a lot, especially in these bigger woods. So, and then we've already looked over this guy some, but
yeah, that's Crazy 12. So if you guys are watching the shit hunt video, you guys need to check out the postseason scouting video where Steve talks specifically about this buck, Crazy 12. And you found that one this year too. So all these sheds you found this year, these deer are still all out there.
Absolutely.
And you know, it just goes to show you, even in public land, that there's still lots of bucks out there.
Oh, definitely. It should be a great year in Pennsylvania next season. So
yeah, not a hard winter, and
absolutely. No, I can't wait to get out there.
And now these are not all the sheds that he has found. How many sheds total so far? And you're not even done shed hunting. We're not even finished with March. How many sheds have you found on public land?
Overall antlers would be 39 antlers now, so the year.
And we found one today, so that's awesome.
It's been my best year ever, but it's been a mild winter. I've been able to look a lot more, and I've had a lot more time, and we still got another good month probably of good shed hunting.
Oh yeah.
Season. So hard to say what I'll end up with, but every one I can find this year, I'll be happy. We have to find 50.
Oh man.
So,
hey, thanks.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.